Hello and welcome to the Cetopo tutorial for Sketchup. So we're just going to use the share selection feature to quickly select some region, and then we're going to head over to CAD and DXF template. Just make sure you have the DXF setting chosen here. Now you can make sure you have layers in this first one, and so contours, basically you can choose whatever options you want here. The colors will not unfortunately be visible apparently in SketchUp, but it doesn't matter. The labels will also not be visible. We can disable contour highlights because that will not be visible, so we can do it this way. And you can also check what kind of options you have for the other features you want to include. Make sure you have the same unit that you will be using in SketchUp and the coordinate system of your choice. Okay, and then just download that DXF. We head over to SketchUp, and inside SketchUp we just file, import, and we take and import that one. Would be number 9. Yes, we get some report, and there is our model. It's all in one block, so you have to start by exploding it once. You can get rid of some of these things that you don't want anymore. We can keep one of the coordinate grids. We actually know which one this is, even though the text is not visible. And now, next up, I think the easiest way is to select all of the 2D features first and move them some amount to the left that you remember. I moved them 500. And then you start selecting, for example, whatever 3D features you have left. Seems that this is it, and you move them the same amount, so they're in the correct spot now. Okay, now all we have left is the contours. Now we need to explode them. It takes a little while. Okay, there we go. And then while they're still selected, go to Sandbox, Draw, Sandbox, and From Contours. Again, it takes a little while for it to compute, but there we go. Now we have a nice smooth terrain in SketchUp. Now we can just click it and move it the same 500 to the left if we want to separate it from the contours, or we can just move all of this back, and we will have a nice combination of contours and the mesh. So that's one way to import SketchUp files to Cetopo files to SketchUp. Now we can also do it another way. If we go back to Cetopo, we go to Terrain and we choose triangles instead of layers. And for this one, let's just go and select some interior region. For example, this here, and make sure you have interior mode as dynamic. And now we go back to the DXF and we select triangles and make sure the inner detail is something pretty high, like 60%, and the outer one is pretty low, maybe 10%. Linear is good, and this time we don't need any other features, so let's just take the terrain. Okay, make sure your units and all of that is the same. So we download that one and head over to SketchUp, import number 10. Okay, good. And there we go. Now we have a very nice looking triangular mesh. Very nice. And as you can see, the inner region is much higher point density than the outer region, which is exactly what we wanted. And we could also use this as the terrain if we wanted. And you can also maybe you have to explode it. Let's see. Could be. Did it explode? No. And now we have to wait a little while again for the explosion to happen. And maybe yeah, perhaps. Well, in any case, now it's exploded. Let's just select it all and let's smooth it down. Oh yeah, coplanar, that's the one. Okay, good. You don't need to smooth quite that much. Okay, so now we have a fairly smooth with some exceptions. Some triangles which are pretty steep looking and actually pretty weird looking. But in any case, we have ourselves a nice mesh. Okay, so that's how you use Cetopo with Sketchup. There might be a plugin in the future if it's deemed necessary. So Sketchup already has pretty decent interoperability, but maybe in the future. Well, thanks for watching, and please watch also the other tutorials. Thanks.